Hey guys, it's Raquel. Hi, I hope you guys are all doing well. I am in my car, obviously. I got this really cool phone mount that like suctions onto my windshield, and I love it because I can talk to you guys while I'm, out running errands and stuff. It's totally hands-free, and so it's perfect. I'm at the gas station right now, so I thought I'd stay here for a few minutes and catch you guys up on my life. So I got this last week, and I have recorded probably three YouTube videos I recorded. Technically, I recorded 4 times, but I merged 2 of them together. So anyways, I have 3 videos up and ready to post, and I downloaded them and I went to post them, and I like put them in my queue, and then I went to like make sure there was like nothing funky in it, and the volume was all off. It was on my football predictions one, and the volume was totally like so loud. I don't know if it was because I'm in my car, so I'm trying to talk a little quieter today. So it was like super like microphone style loud. Like I was like, ugh. So I had to delete that one, and I didn't have time to re-record my football predictions, so I'm going to try to do that again this week, and hopefully it will turn out fine. And then another one I did while I was driving, and like obviously my eyes were on the road and everything, but my air conditioning was on, and so it was like this loud background noise. I don't even know. So 2 of them were that way. So I had to trash them, and I was so mad because if you do YouTube videos, you know how long it can take to upload videos to YouTube. So that was kind of a bummer, but that's okay. Now I know to lower my voice, to not have my air on full blast if I'm driving, and all that good stuff. So today's Monday, and I thought I'd just give you guys a recap of what's been going on since I didn't get to upload those videos. So a couple of things. I got a job, and I applied for a job at the airport, and I got a call back for an interview, and the interview went really well. And then I got called for another interview. Well, it was more of like you just like went in and did like talk to the people for more of just a customer service position. So I went in, and that went well, and they called me they emailed me that next day and offered me the job. So I took that. I went to orientation, and so yeah, I'm really excited. I am working for a company who is contracted through American Airlines, and so that is super exciting. They're new to our town, and I'm really excited because if you know anything about working for the airlines, you get free travel benefits, which is why I applied for the job. I know someone who works for an airline, and she travels all the time. And a little backstory, my husband is going back to school just to get a degree. He's never gone to college, and it's just been a desire of his for probably the last at least 10 years. He's wanted to go back to college, and he loves his job. He loves his company he works for, but he's always just wanted to accomplish college. And we got married really young. We had a baby really, we were like, obviously people have kids earlier, but I was 18, and he just like, he turned 20 the week we got married, like the week before. So we had a baby young, and we couldn't afford we had to just survive. So he worked, and so he's always wanted to go back to college. So when he enrolled in college over the summer, he kind of asked me like, is there something you want to do, or like, are you loving staying home still? Basically, like, are you feeling like you're missing something, is how I took it. And I was like, no, I love being a stay-at-home mom. And he's like, okay, I just wanted to make sure, like, since I'm going to be working and going to school, you know. And I said, I mean, I would love to travel. I'd love to be able to afford to go wherever we wanted to go on vacation and take our kids to see things, and you know, but that's just not a reality on one income budget, specifically when you have several kids in private school and, you know, just a lot of stuff. So I just like kind of left it at that. And I love being a stay-at-home mom. Like, I never ever desired to really work outside of the home. However, my friend who I said works for the airlines posted about this job. And so I messaged her because she used to work this really cool early morning shift for like 3 hours a day. And so she posted, you know, that it was like a flexible job and what have you. And so I emailed her, no, I Facebook messaged her about it. She gave me all the details, and I went in and interviewed, and it went so good. And, you know, they were ready to like merge with this other company. And so they needed some new hires, blah, blah, blah. So I went ahead and said, okay, yeah, I want to do it. And, you know, she was going to hire me. And then she emailed me, you know, like, I don't know when training will be, but I'll let you know. So she emailed me and said, hey, I still haven't got word on training. And then she emailed me again and said, hey, I just wanted to let you know our merger didn't happen. I'm really sorry. I won't be able to hire for the rest of the year. Possibly in the new, you know, like if something comes up, she would let me know, which I was cool with. So I was like, okay. Well, then like an hour later, she emailed me and said, hey, we didn't get the merger, but this other company did. So if you're interested, they are going to hire a crew. And so they're not locally based. There's only a couple in California for this company. A couple of airports use this company, so they're mostly East Coast based. So she was like, you know, if you're interested, you should apply online. So I went online and just like searched and put my info in, like if anything comes up, because it just had happened that day. So I put my info in, like if anything were to come up in that in my area that I would be interested. So like not even a week, maybe like a few days later, I got an email, you know, like customer service position open, and like a few different positions. So I just went online right away, applied, and then that's when I got called like the following week. So it's all happened fairly fast. So I went to the new hire I got hired on Tuesday night. Like I got the email at like 6 o'clock at night, and then I went to the new hire orientation on Wednesday, found out all the details about the job and the benefits and blah 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 blah. And then I leave for training November 1st. So 2 weeks from yesterday, I leave for training, and I am going to be going to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm super excited and nervous. I've never left my family that long. Like, I've left my kids when John and I have gone on a cruise. We were gone for 10 days. That's the longest I've ever been away from them. The longest I've ever been away from John, I want to say, is like 4 days maybe. And I'm going to be gone from November 1st to November 20th. I know, it's so long. But it's kind of a blessing because it's only 2 weeks away. So I don't really have time to like get too nervous, get scared. I have a lot of stuff to do in 2 weeks. And we have kind of a busy, not super busy, but I mean, we have things going on top of getting everything ready. So I will definitely keep busy. You have to learn airport codes and, you know, like, if you're familiar with airports. So like Los Angeles International Airport is the 3-digit initial is LAX. So they gave us a list, and we have to start learning them, because when you're there, you have to take these tests. And if you do not pass the test, you do not keep your job. They send you home. So I am just praying. I'm not great at memorization, so I'm just praying that I can learn them. There's like 350-ish. So that is pretty much going to be my next 2 weeks, is just really cramming and trying to learn those. I figure if I can learn 20 to 30 a day, then I'll at least have a good foundation of them. So I'm super nervous about that because, like I said, I'm not a good test taker, and I don't want to go somewhere for 20 days and then get sent home. At the, like, one of the girls who was with us in line to get our fingerprinting done, she said she had went to training last year and did not pass, so that's why she was reapplying this year for a different company, but the same idea. So I'm kind of nervous about about that part of it. But my husband, if you guys don't know me in real life, my husband is a rock star, and he did not even, like, when I told him, he was so excited for us and for me, and then, you know, he's been nothing but supportive, and he is just really excited for our family because we will get to travel and do things with our kids that we would never have even thought about doing because of the price. And so now to be able to fly places and not have to worry about airline tickets is like an amazing opportunity. So, you know, even my daughter, who's 17, who obviously will have to help a lot, said, you know, I was like, are you sure we can do it, Liz? And she's like, when we take that first trip as a family, we will be like, okay, that was worth the 3 weeks. And she's right, it will be. So my husband is a rock star, and he will be fine with the kids. My daughter is amazing. She's 17, but she is like way more level-headed than most adults I know. And so she will just drive my car, get everyone to school in the morning. I have a friend who runs a daycare, and it's like an amazing daycare. And like, God just totally worked it out to where I texted her and said, hey, do you have an opening for the babe for Cole? And she was like, Raquel, God is so cool, because I just literally 30 minutes ago had a mom tell me that her daughter wasn't going to be coming after November 1st. And so Jake can have that spot. I mean, Cole can have that spot. So I'm really blessed that way. So I'm not worried about Cole, which would have been my main worry. Just, you know, Liz, it's really close to Lily and David's school. So that won't add a ton of time for Liz. And then, yeah, so I'm excited about that, and I'm excited that Cole's gonna get to go there, and she does, like, they get to learn and do a lot of sensory play. I mean, she's amazing. Her daycare specifically for ages 3 and under, I think. So I'm super excited for him to be able to go there. And then, so Liz will be getting everyone everywhere in the morning, and then my mother-in-law gets off of work at, like, she's usually off by noon, and so she already had said she would help out. So she's going to be picking Jake up from the bus stop and then hanging out with him until Lily and David need to be picked up, and then picking them up, and then coming back to my house and waiting for Jonathan to get home, and just staying there for John until John gets there. So she'll have my kids for probably 2 hours a day for those 3 weeks, but she was totally willing to help, so that's great. And then Liz will be done with tennis by then, so that'll be nice, so she'll be available right after school in case for some reason John has to work late, or, you know, just, it'll just be good. So it's really seems like it's working out okay, and it's going to be fine with me across the country, and if it's not, I'll be across the country. So they'll just have to figure it out. And it's been a hard thing for me, because I think that as a mom, you know, I don't want people to judge me and think that, like, oh, like I had someone tell me, like, oh my gosh, I could never leave my kids for 20 days, and how are you going to do that? That's going to be so hard. And like, it kind of made me feel like I was a crappy mom for being willing to do this. And, you know, everything that John and I do in our lives are for our kids. And I have been home for 18 years now, since Liz was a baby, and she's almost 18. And I obviously I'm dedicated to my family, so I shouldn't be questioned that I'm not, because I'm willing to leave for a training so that I can have a job that would allow our family to do some things. I just think it's so funny, and I wanted to tell that mom, because it's obviously it's another mom that I know. I wanted to tell her, like, okay, you win. You're a better mom. You love your kids more. I get it. you win. Yay, yay for you. But I didn't, and you know, because that's what I felt like she was telling me by like questioning me over. I mean, it was like a, you know, it was kind of like a long thing. And so, you know, what decisions John and I make for our family are ours. And they might not be the same decisions you make, and that's okay, you know. And, you know, 5 years ago, I would not have been able to do this when my bigger kids were younger and my daughter wasn't driving. There's no way I would have been able to leave for this long, because it just logistically it would be too hard. You know, we wouldn't have had any help getting everyone to school, etc., etc. But right now, my daughter's a senior. This is her last year at home. So if I'm going to go away to training, this is the perfect year to do it, because she's not going to be there next year to help me drive and take everyone where they need to be. And, you know, she is the number one reason why I want this job, because she's looking at colleges in Alabama, Texas, Arizona, like a few different states. And now, if I pass my test, hopefully, and work at this company, she can fly home at any time. You know, she can come home for Thanksgiving, come home for Christmas, come home anytime she wants, come home for if she has a long weekend or something and she wants to just come home because she's homesick. Or if we want to go visit her and go catch a football game at her college, or go, you know, go to an event at her school, or just go spend some time with her, we're going to be able to do those things, and those would not have been a possibility for our family to do. So, you know, I just encourage you moms, especially those of you who have younger kids, you know, like, advice from other people is a wonderful thing, but at the same time, you have to do what's best for your family, and that does not look the same for every family. And that is one main thing I've learned being a mom and being a stay-at-home mom for all these years, is that what's the thing for me to do may not be the same thing that you're called to do. So anyways, that's kind of that, and I'm going to stop recording now because it's 17 minutes and I didn't even tell you anything else except about my job. So there you go, there's info about my job. Have a great day.